Hey guys, Michelle Kinney here. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking out my video. I'm going to do a quick video today based on a question that somebody asked yesterday. So someone asked on YouTube yesterday, how about a person that has $2,000 using margin on Etsy, E-T-S-Y, and maybe able to do 2 contracts, etc. So I'm not familiar with Etsy, but I looked it up. And Etsy, of course, I've heard of it, but I never traded it before. And it's about $56 per share, right? So right off the bat, when you're thinking $56 per share, if you weren't using margin and you were looking to buy 100 shares or selling a put and committing to buy 100 shares somewhere in that price range, $50 per share, you're talking about $5,500. So likely, if you have a $2,000 account, you're not going to be able to trade 2 contracts on that. So that's one thing that you want to keep in mind. The second thing that you want to keep in mind is even when you use margin can change and your requirements can adjust based on market volatility. So if you have $2,000 to start with, I would say a good rule of thumb is starting with 1 contract and a stock that's somewhere in the $20 per share range. So I think $55, $56 is a little bit too expensive for a $2,000 account. This is my opinion. Also, I mean, different brokers have different requirements, but typically you're going to have a 30% requirement on 100 shares. So 30% on 100 shares at $56 would be about, let's see, just roughly like $1,500, somewhere in that neighborhood. So certainly you wouldn't be able to do 2 contracts, perhaps 1, but you want to make sure you have enough wiggle room, you might say, if the stock goes down. Now, there's different ways that you can calculate that. I'm working on, lately historically, I've been using spreadsheets manually that calculate, okay, how much risk are you taking? If the stock goes down X% or X dollars, do you have enough money or capital in your account to withstand that volatility, or would there be a resulting margin call, something like that? I am working on an automated program that will do that, so stay tuned for that. That's super exciting. But to get back to your question about Etsy and 2 contracts, you wouldn't do that. I would say the best thing to do if you have $2,000 to start with would be to look for a stock that's like, some $20 stock, like Intel. I started trading Intel recently again as well. I think the rate of return, the annualized rate of return is very, very high. And Intel is a good, strong company. It's $20 per share, and I would probably look to a stock similar to that instead. Anyway, hope that helps. Happy trading.